Welcome back.
Yeah.
What up, boyos?
Alright, where did we leave off?
It's your boy Goose.
Okay, so we left off with you guys just coming into Bryn Shander. As soon as you guys were getting close to the town, you hadn't even made it into the town. The woman who was with you, she broke off and went her own way. And right as you were getting into the town, the other guy, the dwarf who was with you, also broke off and went his way. So now it's just you guys.
I mean, to be
Go ahead.
fair, I would have gotten the fuck away from us the second we got into town too.
I think
I would have been
we
like,
are a lovely
fucking
group.
weirdo, I'm out.
And
Lovely.
who wouldn't want to hang out with us?
Exactly.
By
So,
the way, guys, the title of this stream is a wannabe god, a barbarian, Goliath with a blood fetish, and a human.
Yay, I'm the simple one.
yeah.
Barbarian's pretty simple. But yeah.
Who wouldn't want to hang out with that group?
No, sorry, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's human.
Human.
Yeah, Hughmann.
I see.
Human.
I see.
Anyway, so as you guys were getting closer to the town, as you were traveling, there had been a constant, just flakes of snow coming down. As you get closer to the town, it's picking up more and more. When you get to the town itself, it's a heavy snow. You're having trouble seeing where you are. This storm kind of just came out of nowhere, and now you're in the middle of it. As you are standing there, getting into the town, trying to figure out what to do next, a figure bundled up, completely covered from head to toe. You can't even tell anything about them aside from maybe how high they are or how tall they are. But even still, that's questionable with everything that they're wearing. They're bundled up, and they walk up to you and they say, What are you doing out here? You need to get inside right now. Do you have a place to stay, or...
Does this town have a temple of, what, hold on.
I'll stay with you anywhere, but not with him.
What's the name? Mistra? I don't remember.
I think it's Mistra.
Mistra. Does this town have a temple of Mistra?
She looks at you and goes, No. We have a temple to Auril, and I mean that's about it.
All right, I'll go with you guys.
Why do we need to go inside so urgently?
Yeah, what's
Oh,
going
this
on?
is going to pick up in a matter of 10 minutes. You won't be able to see your hand in front of your face. What are you guys even doing out here anyway?
We just got here. We just came to
You
the
just
pass.
like your adventurer types? You is that what I'm getting from this?
You could say that, yeah.
That sounds about right.
Okay, how about this? You guys follow me to the North Look. It's a inn/tavern. It's a place around here. Most of the adventurers who come through here frequent it, and you guys come with me. I've been looking for some people who can help me with a project. You guys come with me. I'll take you to the place. You guys can get rooms if you want. That's up to you. I don't care. But let's go there. You hear me out. How about that?
All right,
Yeah, sounds good.
nothing better to do.
Alright, fine.
I think I was just proposed to.
Okay, I know you've been living in the woods a while and you're not accustomed to civilized life. I think this will be good for you.
I forgot how bird marriages work now.
Yeah, you give things. I mean, there's a nest of being offered. There's some shit. It all starts out with, whoa, hear me out for a minute.
Oh, we got a new map?
Second you start flying and...
Okay, so this is the map of Bryn Shander, the town itself. Where you're entering from, at the very bottom, let's see, the southwest corner, you can see there's a little gate there. That's where you guys are entering through.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on stream. Hold on. Are we gonna be in this town enough time for me to bother doing that?
Probably not.
Okay.
It just provides it, so I figured I'd give it to you. Okay, so the inn, like the Northlook, is located at the very northern part of the map. Where the gate is, like at the north gate. Sorry. If you can see where the north gate is, it's one of the buildings right next to the gate itself.
Okay. Is that where we came? That's where we came in from, yeah.
No, you came from the southwestern gate.
Okay. So we've been wandering around a little bit.
So you can see that there's like a street that goes directly to the center of the town and then straight up there. It's pretty easy to get to, but as you're going, in the amount of time that it takes you to walk to this place, you are nearly waist high in snow by the time you get there.
Wow.
You are trudging through, pushing your way through by the end.
It's a good thing I'm part bear.
You wearing bear? You're not part bear.
I'm part bear now.
Oh.
I assure you, you are
That's very good for you.
I'll pull my bear hat down.
Our brave little bear.
Okay, so you guys get inside of the Northlook, and as soon as you open the doors, you are greeted with the sound of a boisterous tavern. There are people partying, having a good time, yelling, playing darts, even though there's not a dartboard. I mean, this is a rambunctious town, or a rambunctious inn, to say the least. You see all sorts of characters here. Some people look like they just got off the boat. Some people look like they've been there for 20 years at least. You have every type imaginable. This person who's traveling with you, they get inside the door and then they go off right to the side of the door, and there's like an entire walk-in closet basically just for people to stow their winter gear so that you can move around properly. She goes in there, takes off all of her gear, and that's when you notice that it is in fact a woman.
Told you I was married.
Yeah. She, she goes in to the actual main tavern. Sorry, cough.
You guys don't stare.
Okay, so she goes in, herds you guys basically through this tavern, and she, she's like, okay, so you guys sit over there, I'll get us a round of drinks, and we'll talk.
Okay.
Points over to just the side of the room. You have no idea where she's pointing at, but apparently there's supposed to be a table over there.
I'll go to the table or look for a table.
Okay. So you make your way through. There's people running around. There's people, playing all sorts of games. There's some people playing like poker in the middle of this table, but as you're walking by, you see them putting, what do you call them? Game pieces on the table. And you can kind of tell that they're just making shit up as they go. It's a weird environment. You finally make it through the crowd, and on the very last, against the wall, there is a table there that has room enough for you if you slide a couple tables together, maybe coerce this one guy into moving away, add a couple of chairs. You can make room for all of you guys. You sit down for a minute, and after a little bit longer than you would expect, but not enough that you're really getting impatient. She comes back, holding several mugs. She slams them down on the table, and she's like, all right, boys, here's the deal. I need someone to do some research for me.
What kind of research?
Okay, so we get these things here. They're spirits, I guess you would say, spirits of cold and winter, and I don't entirely know, which is why I need one so that I can actually study it.
So you want us to capture one of these spirits and bring it where and do what? And
I need you to bring it to me. These things are a little finicky.
Does it need to be alive?
You can capture one. You might be able to convince it to just follow you. They're friendly sometimes. They're friendly sometimes.
all right.
She like pulls out a notebook and she's like, actually, well, are they? I don't know. And then she starts like scribbling something down, crossing something out. And she's like, okay, so there's, I don't know. That's the problem. Anyway, so if you can figure out some way to get one to me, I would be more than happy to pay you for the inconvenience, I guess you would say.
Just real quick, who are you?
Oh yes, sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. Like stands up a little bit, gives a little bit of a bow. She says, "My name is Danica Greysteel, a scholar, a part-time gambler, a. That's pretty much all I got going in my life. But you know, I enjoy it.
Where did you study? I'm a bit of a learned man myself.
Learned
Here
it?
and there, around, you know, I've. It's more of like a self-directed learning. I see. Here's the thing: these creatures, these spirits, they're called twingas or quingas, or you know, it's a huge debate depending on who you ask. But they appeared several years ago when the everlasting winter did, and they sometimes they cause mischief, but they mostly just stick to themselves. It's very fascinating how they work. As soon as they appeared, I decided to start studying the winter and everything about them. I'm really, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to figure out how to counteract the effects of this winter. And I think these may have the key, the answer.
That sounds like a good cause.
Where did they appear?
What did you
Where
say?
can we find them? Where can we find them?
Oh, there we go. Oh, she's like, okay, so, they live all over the place. They actually kind of live inside of the towns or near the edges of the towns. They like to come in and see what we do here, but they don't really like being around us. So I know that they exist somewhere out in the wild, but they're often seen in the actual towns themselves. I've never been able to catch one, but I've seen them around. They're all over the place. In fact, she reaches into her bag and pulls out a lantern. It's like a big black lantern with like a tiny little almost like, it looks almost like a green pilot light. She brings it out, sets it on the table, and she's like, okay, so this will probably help you. It's a lantern of tracking elementals. It will tell you if there's any nearby. It won't necessarily tell you exactly where they are, but you'll know when to look around for them.
What did you say they were called again?
Twinga?
Twinga?
Chwinga. Twinga.
Can I do a religion or arcana check to see if I've heard of those?
Do history.
History? Why is it always history? I have history too, I don't know why I'm complaining. Okay, that's a 21.
Okay, so yeah, you've heard of these things. There are a lot of different varieties of them, but they're all an elemental type of spirit.
Are
They generally
dangerous?
places where those elements are most prevalent, I guess you would say. So, like, you would find fire between us, or the fire equivalent of between it, I guess you'd say, in a volcano.
Okay. So they just came here because it's cold and they like that.
Something like that. You probably discern that information from.
Okay. I mean, what do we have to lose, right? We just got here. We need money and stuff, and yeah.
I mean, last I checked, I'm pretty loaded. I could just like get fat here.
I mean,
You need money, yeah.
I don't really need money, but
Okay, so we leave the bird dude alone, let him be fat, and we go get him.
yeah, I say we.
No, I mean, I got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
Don't just assume that I'm a barbarian and I need more money.
Yeah, let's just. Yeah, sure.
Let's go catch the Pingus.
Let's go check it out.
Yay.
Okay, so
We should probably wait for the storm to clear up a little, though.
yeah, so she tells you, there you won't be able to make it out until the next day, or until the storm stops. You would be a fool to try, honestly. But you know, this inn does have many rooms in it. She's sure that you would be able to get rooms there, and she'll also help you get equipped with everything you'll need when you guys are ready to set up.
Okay. Yeah, so I say we just kick it here for the night. Play some made-up games and say some made-up words.
Yay, let's play accountants and business offices.
Yes.
Okay, so she,
Fire pizza delivery.
say that again?
Ninja versus pirate pizza delivery.
Yes.
I'm a level 1 intern.
Ah, damn it, I'm still a janitor.
Oh shit.
Okay, so she it's like, okay, so I will meet you guys here tomorrow morning. We'll double check and see if the actual see if the storm has stopped by then. They're usually pretty good about stopping within a day or two. So, you know, we'll see. She walks off and she goes and talks to the innkeeper about her own personal room.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I guess we'll
go
go...
get my own room.
Yeah, go get our rooms.
Okay, so you go up and you talk to the innkeeper. And he's like, "Oh yeah, it's a nasty weather out there. You know, these storms they come out of nowhere and they just bring in the travelers. So many at a time. You know, we do have rooms, although they're going to be 5 gold apiece for a night.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
Okay. And are you all wanting your own rooms?
How big are the rooms?
Big enough to hold a man in a sleeping bag.
Yeah, I guess
I don't care
we
if they
should
cuddle. I definitely want my own.
probably get our own.
Probably.
I mean, if one of you guys can't afford it, you're welcome to stay with me. But
Yeah, so how much are the rooms?
5 gold?
5 gold.
Yeah. I'll take my own room, thanks. I don't want to be stuck with the bird or the god.
Okay.
Want to be.
Yeah, that's fine.
Especially since the bird's talking about getting married.
Yeah, I
She
mean,
started it, man.
congratulations. I do perform at weddings, if you're interested.
I'm gonna have to learn her name at some point, but
She said her name. It was...
doesn't mean I learned it.
I remember it. It's not in the notes.
Anyway, we're gonna take a nap.
Would you like me to put it in the notes?
That would be helpful. It's something that Xylene would remember, but James does not. Yeah, I remember it.
Danica Grayscale.
Yeah, I remembered it was really close to your sister's name, but it wasn't your sister's name.
I do remember Dan.
I was just thinking of a race car driver.
Yeah.
You would know that.
I really wouldn't. I just remember her name from all the commercials.
Oh,
And she was in a whole bunch of Lego racing games, I think. No, she was the one who raced against Sonic and.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
She was in Sonic Racing All-Star Transformer or whatever bullshit that was.
Huh.
Anyway.
Anyway, so you guys get situated with your rooms, go up, check them out, and they're pretty good. They have a bed, a window. The windows are actually covered in like a. It's like a. I don't want to say it's a plastic-like material, but it's thin and it's kind of transparent, and then it's holding in like this. How do I explain it? It looks like it's kind of poofing out.
okay, so it's like holding back the wind or something.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
Kind of want to poke it.
You should probably not. But we're in separate rooms.
So I should go into his room and poke it.
I'm gonna go actually back to the. Well, never mind. I was gonna go mingle with people at the bar, but I don't think I should care to do that.
I mean, you've definitely got time if you want to.
Do some God parlor trick.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I'll go down and look around and see if anybody stands out of the crowd.
Okay. You go down, and you start mingling through the crowd and like looking at people. Just people watching. And you do see that Danica is down there, just having a drink, playing some cards, having a good time.
Yeah, I'll
Like a
go
bird with
ask if I can sit with her.
Okay. She's like, "Oh yeah, but by all means, come sit."
And then I'll ask her what kind of cards she's playing.
Making moves on my wife.
No. No.
She's like, "Ah, yes. Well, see, I'm playing all the red cards. He's playing all the black cards, and he's trying to play green cards." She points to a guy who's like there, and he is so totally like passed out.
You guys
He's just
wanna
like,
see a
laying on
card
the
trick?
table. She swipes up all the cards, like grabbing the ones out of the guy's hand, and she's like, "Yeah, show me a card trick."
Okay.
Just kind of slap them all in front of you.
I'll try to do a card trick.
Okay. What are you trying to do with this card trick specifically?
So I'll have them pick a card. And then I actually know this card trick in real life, if that helps. But
Okay.
they'll pick a card, they'll put it on top, and then I'll like flick through the deck, pull out the top half of the deck, and then their card will be on top.
Gotcha.
It's a super simple card trick.
So Goblin.
Okay, so as you start, you have them pick a card,
No actual
they
magic.
pull it up, and then they, you start, like, you said you fan through them, right?
Yeah.
So you start doing that, and that's when you notice that, like, maybe a sixth of the cards are from the same set.
Oh, really?
It's just a mix and match of random cards.
Okay.
Like, they all have, like,
Win this
different backings and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you do successfully perform the trick.
Are they in? Did they care at all?
They're like, "Huh, that's something."
Okay. Cool. That's all I had. I could do another water magic show with shape water.
Everybody clap.
I'll do that. I'll try to do like what I did at the other bar, or a place we were staying before, with shape
Right.
water and do some kind of cool like show with that.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll
For that one,
performance?
you're gonna have to roll performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it's more complicated.
Yeah.
19.
Okay, yeah. So you pull the water out of the. You have like a glass there that you pull it out of, and you start like swirling it around, like juggling it, like it starts like changing colors, reflecting different colors of light, and it's a really good performance. When you're like halfway through, you feel like this pull on the water itself, like you're moving it and you're controlling it and stuff, and then you feel like this pull. Make a intelligence or a wisdom save.
Ooh. I just click on wisdom for that, right?
There should be an option for wisdom saves on the left there.
Oh yeah, saving throw modifiers. There we go. 20.
Okay, so you feel like this force pulling on the water, but you manage to just like pull back with just the right amount of force to not have it splash against you or go anywhere else. And you quickly wrap up the routine after that.
Can I do
right as soon as you finish?
Yeah.
A guy stands up and he goes, "Huh, that was pretty interesting. But how about this?" And he raises his arms to his sides, palm down, and then he just like curls his fingers, and all of the liquid in the entire room just raises into the air, forms into a tiny little statue of himself, and then splashes down into the cups.
Oh god, we got a wet wizard fight.
Okay.
That was
So,
cool.
I'm going to try to do that, but also have it all glow, because I have light and water shape.
Okay.
What check do I need for that?
I would say you have to roll performance with disadvantage because you've never tried something like this before.
Okay, how do I... Is there a disadvantage thing on here, or do I just roll it twice?
Just roll it twice. I think there is one, but I don't remember where it is.
Okay.
Okay, so you do manage to get the water to raise in all of the glasses. You try to shape it, and it starts like forming into the general shape of a person before it slips out of your grasp and it falls back into the glasses. It's a lot less precise of a splash than it was with the guy.
Okay.
But he looks at you and he's like, I gotta say, that was better than I expected. And then he's gonna give you a drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna chat up this guy now. Ask him where he learned magic, what kind of magic he's into, what's his flavor, his name.
Oh, I learned magic from everywhere, all over the place. I mean, I'm a bit of a traveling man. I don't know if I could specifically say that I learned magic in one area, but my name is Melvin Rimrose. And he just like kind of looks up into the air and like sways a little bit, like, aren't I so glorious?
And yeah, I'll tell him that I learned magic from monks at a temple of Mistra.
Oh, Mistra. Now she is a fine lady. If I had my own godhood. That's really what I need is godhood, but I'll settle for just staring off into her image, gazing off into the beauty that is she.
My God, you two are perfect for each other.
I tell him
They're gonna get married.
I relate to that so much, and then I ask him if he knows what he knows about attaining godhood. What he knows about how to do it, if he knows anything about that.
I was kidding, kid. Actually attaining godhood? Man, that is a lofty goal.
I know a thing or two about that myself. But
I've heard bits and pieces. I am a learned man. However, it's about like asking how to catch a waterfall in your pocket. I mean, it's
you just
hard.
bag of holding for that, and or an extra dimensional space, like the rope trick spell. I don't know that one, but that's all it takes.
See, you say that. I've never had any luck myself.
Never tried, but I don't know why you would. But as for the godhood thing, that is something worth pursuing, I think. But to each their own.
My boy, if you can handle that, by all means, give it a go.
I don't know if I want to tell this guy more, but yeah, I'll just keep making friends with him, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, you guys stay down there for a while. You keep chatting, showing each other tricks. For most of the tricks that you're able to do, he's able to do a much cooler version. You can tell that this guy is
a higher level.
He's very well. What's the word?
Practiced?
He's very naturally adept with magic. It makes sense to him. He gets it. Some people have to think about it and try to do magic. It just flows out of him.
Where are you from?
It's a pretty good question. A long ways away and a eon ago.
What is... Sorry, I have to think about this because he's a very interesting person to me. Well, I'll ask him if he can maybe teach me a thing or two while we're chilling, waiting for the storm to pass.
I could teach you many, many, many beyond many things. However, there is one that I feel like would be very useful for you to know. I assume that you've just barely come to this place, considering everything.
That's accurate.
Alright, so, I have figured out a variant of the bonfire spell that is very nice. It is a tricky thing to do sometimes. It's harder to cast. However, it is able to be sustained for a much greater amount of time.
I do already know the bonfire spell, so it probably wouldn't be too hard for me to learn that.
Oh, good. That'll make it much easier.
Yeah, cool. I'm down. Let's make this happen.
Okay, so he's like, okay, let's do this. He stands up, and he, walks directly towards the front door, completely regardless of what's in front of him. If there's a table, he just steps onto it and steps over it and everything. He makes straight for the door.
I will follow the exact same path.
Okay. As you guys are walking,
Might be part of
the
the
people
spell, I don't know.
who he steps in front of, they're all like, oh, what the... And then they, see who he is. They're like, oh, yeah. They, get back to their drinks and stuff. Then they see you following him, and, they're not too pissed since you're following him. You guys make it outside the front door, and he's like, okay, so, first thing you're going to need is something flammable. You got to have something flammable, or else this doesn't work. However, he reaches into his pocket and pulls out, some pellets. Kind of like the type that you would use for a pellet stove. Mm-hmm. They're just these little pieces of wood. Pulls them out of his pocket, sets them down on the ground, and then he... Hold on, let me double check and see... Okay, yeah, there is a vocal spell that goes with the actual bonfire spell. He basically says the bonfire spell, but he adds a slight variation to it, and then he touches the flammable material with his finger. As soon as he does, it ignites, and it stays lit very, very well. It's very sustained fire. Even with all the snow that's just blustering down on top of it, it barely, like, it feels the effect of the wind, but it's just melting away the snow itself.
I feel like that's a very useful thing for me to learn right now.
Yes.
Well, I try it on I don't know what do I got? All I've got is close torch. I'll use it to light a torch, I guess. To just try it out.
Okay, so how exactly are you doing this?
I'll hold up the torch, and then I will say what he said, and then just kind of put my hand in front of the operational end of the device.
Okay, so you're holding onto it with one hand and then using the other hand to point at it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you hold it up, say the spell, point or touch it with your other pointer finger, and the entire thing bursts into flames.
Cool.
Including the part that your hand is holding.
All right. I will let go and drop it in the snow.
Okay. You are going to take 2 points of damage just from it bursting in the flames and burning your hand.
You said how much?
2.
Okay.
So yeah, but you do know how to cast the spell. Goossifer and Craiglison, are you guys doing anything while he's doing this?
If I can time it so I come in after the... I mean, I was going to probably go down and just find someone to start
Drink with your
drinking.
wife?
No, not my wife. Drinking contest with some random idiot.
Okay,
Sure, I can find that.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you walk down and you say, hey, who wants a drinking contest? Like, 85% of the people will just raise their hands.
Yeah.
Like,
Cool.
That's my plan.
okay, so you do start drinking, and the man that you are drinking against, after a couple of drinks, you realize that he really knows his stuff. You guys are about 10 drinks in, and you are really struggling to hold on. Make a con save.
17.
Okay, so yeah, you down that 10th one, or down the 11th one, you're like, okay, yeah, I got this. Woo! Or I guess, you're a goose, so it'd be like more like, yeah, I got it. Okay. But yeah. Would you like to keep going after that?
I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a super choice. Let's go.
Okay. You guys take a 12th drink. Make another con save.
19 this time.
You both are seeming to struggle quite a bit through your drinks. However, you both are able to keep them down still. But you can tell that this guy is having a hard time with it. Next up.
Well, I mean, you can't stop halfway through a contest.
I mean, you can resign, but it's kind of a pussy thing to do.
I'll pass out before I resign.
Okay.
24.
Okay, yeah, so you take that 13th drink, and about halfway through, this guy just he just books it for the door. Books it for the door, bursts it open, and you hear just this
Victory honk.
Yeah, you have successfully beaten this man. Most of the people around you are, they start cheering, they're happy and stuff, and they offer to buy you more drinks.
Sounds like I know how I'm getting to sleep tonight.
Craig, listen, are you doing anything here?
I think as far as it goes, I'm just observing the Birdman get drunk.
Oh, also, Xylane, I forgot to mention before. You said you wanted to come down here and see if there was anybody who looked interesting or caught your attention.
Yeah.
Everyone. Everybody catches your attention.
Okay.
There are so many people who just are are.
Just weird.
You can tell that they have a personal history in the story. Some of them, you don't want to know that story because they look very scary. Other ones, you're like, okay, why are you wearing a tuxedo in this area? But, to each their own. Things like that.
Okay. What kind of place is this, man? Like, are we at, like, the... This is so interesting.
This is a wayfarer, or a wayfare station, for travelers and adventurers and mercenaries. This is the place to go in Icewind Dale.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's the hippest, most happening joint in the entire region.
I found the quest hub. Yeah. That's good to know.
Is there anything else in particular that you guys wanted to do this evening?
I mean, I think I'll be passed out for the evening.
Offer the Birdman some
I'll
bird food.
go up to my new magical friend and ask him about the spirit things and what he knows about them.
Oh, Twingas! They're evasive little buggers, but they're harmless. I mean, occasionally they'll steal your pocket change or something here or there, but honestly, they're nothing to worry about.
Would you have any advice on maybe trying to capture one of them?
If I were you, I would not try to capture it, but I would try to coerce it to come with you. They're naturally very friendly creatures, but
Go for the peaceful
they
approach.
are, like I said, they're evasive.
Okay.
Can we ask why he hasn't helped the lady?
Say that again?
Like, can we ask why he hasn't helped the lady?
I'll ask him if he knows anything about our other friend.
It's like, oh yeah, she's an interesting one. She comes in here every once in a while. I mean, I'm often out and about, but I've seen her in here on more than one occasion. She's harmless, really. She's ambitious is the word. Tries to do everything. Tries to be the best. Yeah, she's interesting.
Well, as a man with my goals, I can relate to ambition.
Yes, I gather that's probably the case with you.
Well, I think I know all I need to, and I will head back up to bed.
Okay. Everybody else good for the night?
Yeah, I mean, Goossifer's drinking until somebody has to carry him to his bed.
Okay.
I am definitely going to bed before I have to do that.
I might end up trying to carry Goossifer to his bed.
Okay.
If nobody
Steven
else
will lose
does.
his shoes.
But I'm sure he's got some new drinking friends that are more than willing.
Yeah, you as you're passing by, getting ready to go up to your room, he's less like guzzling drinks and more just sipping them now, but he's having a good time with all of his newfound friends.
Okay.
Because you could say his goose is cooked. Put on shades.
I need to turn you up a little bit, Steve. I mean, Craig.
Yeah, I guess while drinking, do I hear any sort of like interesting bar chatter or rumors or that sort of crap?
You do hear a little bit. You gather that there's a bit of a, I guess you'd call it an underlying racism of the region between the dwarves and most other races. The dwarves don't really like anybody else, and most of the other people don't like the fact that the dwarves don't like everybody else.
Have I seen another Aasimar since we've been here? Is that a common race around here? I don't imagine
Not
it's
that you
common
can tell.
anywhere.
Yeah, nothing you can tell. I mean, Asmar are kind of, they look very similar to humans. So between them, the other humanoid races around, and the wide diversity of the races in this place, like half a dozen people probably could, but it's unlikely.
It's hard to tell.
It's very hard to tell.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we're done for the night, right? We're all satisfied.
There is a little bit more gossip that you have heard. You've heard that there have been a lot of mysterious killings, and they don't know what's causing them, but they know that they're all connected.
That's my interest.
Yeah, that is interesting as well.
Yes.
But
That's a piece of information that comes out way later in the night, and the person who tells you, you can kind of tell that they really don't like talking about it. It makes them very uncomfortable.
I kind of didn't hear that. There was something
I kind of want to talk to that person.
I think I'm already in bed, so
Yeah, Goossifer is the only one who would have actually heard this.
okay.
And he's pretty sloshed at this point, so it's a question whether he'll actually remember it.
I mean, if we're gonna play this out real, I honestly couldn't hear you, so Goossifer might not remember.
That's fair. I'm going to tell you what I said. You hear that there have been a string of mysterious murders that all seem to be somewhat related. They happen all throughout a variety of towns in the 10 Towns area, but there's a lot of them. Well, there's been like 5 or 6.
Okay.
You can tell that, or the people tell you that they are all connected somehow.
And nobody wants to talk about it.
Yeah, they really don't like talking about it.
Okay.
Whether that's because they're afraid that the person will come after them next if they talk about it, or if it's just they don't like facing their own mortality, you don't know. But they don't like talking.
Well,
Okay, so you guys all go to bed eventually. Goossifer does have to kind of be helped up. He's not completely unconscious. He doesn't have to be carried, but he's having a hard time remembering his room. And
Remember had a law.
yeah. So, people help him carry him. But you do make it back to your room fine. Go to bed. The night progresses on. Xylane, I need you to make a Constitution save.
oh, okay.
Oh no, he's pregnant.
22?
Okay, so, in the middle of the night, you have no idea what time it is, but out of the blue, you feel this clenching pain in your stomach. It hits you really hard, and you almost, vomit, and then it just abates, and you're fine again. You still kind of feel a twinge, and, your stomach is uneasy, but something weird just happened.
What do I do to figure out what that might have been?
Good question.
Is that a roll? To see, maybe a medicine to see if I know what might cause something like that?
Yeah, you could definitely roll medicine to see if you have any experience or if there's anything that you know of that would cause that kind of a pain.
Okay. 17.
Okay, so you don't know anything specific that would do that. You know there are some poisons that have that same effect, but they last and they get worse. They don't just hit and then they're better.
Do I know of any magic that might cause that?
Roll Arcana.
14.
Nothing that you know of.
Huh.
I mean, there's a variety of things that could have done, but it'd have to be a person actively casting it on you, and they'd have to be in the room with you. So
Yeah.
nothing you can think of that would actually do it.
Well, I'm gonna check out my room.
Okay.
See if anything weird has happened.
Yeah, so you look around your room. I mean, it is the middle of the night, and there's no like lanterns or anything, so it is pretty dark.
I
But
could
you do
cast
have dark
light.
vision. Well, you do have dark vision, so you can see pretty decently. It's not a matter of
Yeah.
you can see, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you look around. You look underneath your bed. There's nothing there. Check outside your door just to double check and see if like there's any footprints or somebody came in the night. Nothing you can really see. You go and you look around. You look over and you like glance out the window just to see if like maybe there's something out there. And you see this shape of a face looking at you. It is a huge face with it's like a flat face with beady eyes and it has a beak.
Goossifer, what did you do?
Tell me
You
more
see
about it.
this and it as soon as you make eye contact with it, you just like jump and you stumble back
Mhm.
and it just disappears.